Hello and welcome to Hanovi Global Network. I am your host, John Hanovi, and today we have breaking news. We are going to be discussing some very interesting developments.
Of my word. In another setback for Nikki Haley, a key political network funded by billionaire Charles Koch announced it would end its financial support for her candidacy.
And Nikki Haley may be a woman of her word, as she says. She's in it for the long haul. She wants to be the last woman standing. But her backers, her financial backers, I've seen the writing on the wall, and they're out. One of her biggest backers, the Koch brothers, are out. In this life, sometimes you got to teach people lessons in very difficult ways. Now, Nikki Haley could have taken a hint that this is not going anywhere and it's not worth it in the long run. Now, as I have said, say what you want about Kamala, but Kamala knows how to play ball. Kamala knew when to get out, and she knew when to reconcile with Joe Biden. She's even so cunning that she was able to convince African Americans that she was an African American. I mean, she had Charlie Maine. He said that the reason he voted for Biden because he had Kamala on his side. So here you have it. Charlie Maine, Southern African American, was convinced. He took the bait. Kamala was able to play it off like she was an African American. Now, I always tell you, the people who advance in life are not necessarily the smartest or the sharpest, but they have one thing that they understand, and that is they have emotional intelligence. Remember that. They have emotional intelligence. They know how to schmooze, and they know when the time is right, and they know how to play the game. And that's why I believe that Nikki Haley still has a lot to learn. She hasn't figured it out yet. And that's why she's most suited, for an ambassadorial position and some sort of bureaucratic position. In terms of being president, nah, she's not ready yet. And she could have bid her time pretty well. And she could have been in the running for the vice president or Trump's running mate. But no, she's created so much divide and she has created so much antagonism that it's almost difficult right now at this stage for them to reconcile. And that is where she lacks emotional intelligence. Because it's just a matter of time that the Democrats are going to run out of ideas. Like, for example, in 2020, it was, let's run on the racist thing, or let's run on social justice and Black Lives Matter. The next thing is going to be women's rights, and we need to get a woman in the White House. That's going to be the next play. So Nikki Haley, if she was smart, she would have played the game, become Trump's running mate, become vice president, and then she would have had a shot in 2028. And then it would have been a matchup, more than likely, because I'm guaranteeing you that the Democrats in 2028 are going to pitch some sort of female candidate. And then it could have been a matchup between the Democrats' choice of a female candidate and Nikki Haley. And more than likely, then with her experience with Trump as president, she would have become a force to be reckoned with. But now, she has lost that chance. She has destroyed that opportunity. And sadly, she is going to learn some very difficult political lessons. Well, let's divert now. And this one I really like, and I'm going to go hard on this one.
On Saturday, Trump addressed supporters and claimed his multiple criminal indictments have helped him win support in the Black community.
And then I got indicted a second time, and a third time, and a fourth time. And a lot of people said that that's why the Black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against. And they actually viewed me as I'm being discriminated against. It's been pretty amazing, but it possibly, I don't know, maybe there's something there.
So there you have it. And listen carefully to what Trump has said. He's basically saying that because of all the indictment that he has had, it makes him relatable to the black community. And it's so interesting because I think in one of my previous videos, I said that all the court cases and all the injustice that is being meted out to Trump will make him more relatable to the black community. And it's something that he can use on the campaign trail. Okay? Just like a couple of days ago, I said that in one of my videos. And here it is. It is exactly what he's saying and doing. But let's get back to this. Because pretty much what he's saying, and this is something that is, cannot be disputed. That the same way that black folks, especially in New York, has been unfairly treated by the justice system and across the country. Okay? And in recognition of that, Trump is the one that came in, and in one sitting of the presidency, he was able to pass some of the most sweeping criminal justice reform legislation. Okay? So this is not something that can be disputed. Of course, we understand that the black community feels and have been treated unfairly when it comes to the American justice system. So all he's saying, he says, look, well, this is not unique to you. Look what is happening to me. And it's just natural that if you have a shared experience, that you would be able to relate to each other. And that is what he's saying. But Cedric and the media had to capitalize, chop this up as they usually do, and turn it around and taint what he's saying to try to discredit him.
President Biden's campaign co-chair, Cedric Richmond, responded to Trump's comment saying, quote, Donald Trump claiming that black Americans will support him because of his criminal charges is insulting, it's moronic, and it's just plain racist, Cedric Richmond said.
Cedric Richmond. Now let me tell you, if you don't understand what is insulting, what is moronic, and what is truly racist, I will explain it to you. You know what is all those things? A guy in 1994 creating a crime bill act that targeted unfairly minorities in the black community and send them to jail in droves. Cedric, that is your brothers and sisters. Send them to jail in droves. Increase the prison population by 800%. Then went over and high-fived Bill Clinton and said, yeah, we did it. And on top of that, boasted about it and said, I am the author of the 1994 crime bill. And you don't understand, and you're making an ardent effort to try to get that person reelected. And you don't think that is an insult. And you don't think that is racist. On top of that, okay, there are places in this country where you voted for that person 97%. Now, where's your sense of outrage? Now, how do you reclaim your respect when someone does that to your community and you turn around and you embrace and cuddle that person? Where's your sense of self-respect? Cedric Richmond, you are twisted, guy. You are twisted, and you totally don't understand what it means to be insulted or what it means to be moronic. Well, let's go on. How about Hillary Clinton referring to your black brothers and sisters as super predators. And don't forget, the same guy that you're ardently supporting describe your brothers and sisters as irredeemable. Back then, he might have been talking about a young you, and here it is. Irredeemables are ardently supporting that very guy that called you irredeemable. How could you, in good conscience, do what you're doing? But I understand. Because I remember, if you look at Brother Malcolm X, what did he say? He talks about the house folk. And I can tell that you epitomize the house folk. That is a folk that says, when the boss says, oh, I'm sick, he turns around and he says, we sick, boss? We sick? And let's go a little further. How about these people that tell you that they love you and your community and refuses to allow your young brothers and sisters to go to the same school as their sons and daughters because they don't want to create a racial jungle? Now, Cedric Richmond, explain this to me. Explain to me, how do you reconcile all these things? How do you sleep good at night? Knowing what you know, how do you have comfort being around and ardently supporting someone like that? But then here you are. Here you are. A man says that because of what he has experienced, just like a lot of people in the black community has experienced, that they may find him relatable. And you turn around and you call that man moronic, racist, and insulting. But you would not have the guts to be honest with yourself and honest with your community and point at the ones who are the true racists. Let me tell you something, Cedric Richmond. There is a saying that some of the most dangerous people are the people who pretend to be your friends.